for joining us. I'm Ihi.
And I'm KAʻOHU. Welcome back to LiLiKOi Session.
Today we are celebrating Queen Liliʻuokalani's Hānau.
Yes, our mo'i's birthday. So we brought macadamia nut pie.
Because we celebrated it.
Yeah.
And on that note, Hauʻoli Hānau yaʻoi.
Woo! Hauʻoli Hānau yaʻoi.
Chee!
Hauʻoli Hānau e Liliʻulani.
Hauʻoli Hānau yaʻoi. Chee!
You gotta take it.
But I'll let you know how it tastes.
Make sure there's chocolate on top. So, no. Alright. But, Owai e Liliʻuokalani.
She was the last queen of the Hawaiian kingdom.
A Christian native Hawaiian woman.
And an exceptionally talented composer and poet.
We look up to her very much. She's definitely a worthy of being a role model for many. And we try to honor that.
Right? As a Christian Hawaiian woman, she set the standard that we try to stand upon.
And for me, I started singing in the church. You know, I was already in the church singing, performing, and not with the knowledge of knowing who I was created to be, you know, kind of just doing whatever I needed to do, never with full intention. And then going through high school, I realized that I lost that spark to perform or to sing because I didn't know what that was for or what that meant. And if you're fortunate enough to have Miss Cone at Castle High School, Poly Music, then she inspired many to pursue music, and that is something that not many will support that because it's hard out here. It really allowed me to find and critique my musical gifts. I moved off island, and God is only showing me more that I am a native Hawaiian mele maker. And so I moved back home, get even deeper into Iesu and who Iesu is in the Hawaiian kingdom. If you are given treasure or a gift, it's not something to dig a hole and hide and save it. It's something you need to invest in and marinate that, allowing beautiful fruits to grow from it, you know, because you're tending to that garden continually. And I believe that's really what I'm trying to do right now. Pursue the things that KAʻOHU is telling me to pursue. And we really need to be strong. We really need to be strong, and we need to
Put it for direction always.
live for direction always. And the other thing we also did the other day was write our strengths down. And
That was a healthy practice.
it was kind of weird and hard at first because it's like calling out our strengths. I'm sorry. But yeah, it was a great practice, and then allowing to okay, if I'm looking at all my strengths, what am I gonna do with this? You know, and so that's what we did. Stay tuned for RUDEGAL. RUDEGAL is gonna go feed her baby, and
Watch this clip in the meantime.
yes,
Yeah, so some RUDEGAL action.
aloha.
Just tell me when, 'cause when I will go,
little bit different from Tita's. I didn't start in the church. Although as a child, I recognized that I was a storyteller, and I knew from the get-go like I was gonna be a writer. Yeah, I had dreams and goals for other occupations, but I just always knew that writing was gonna be the real thing, while marine biology, for example, was gonna just pay my bills. Like that was my thinking as a kid. I would sometimes like rewrite other people's songs because they had a melody and I couldn't even create my own melody. That's partially why I named my daughter Melody. Around the age of 24, 25, I had a calling and an awakening to really recognize my own childhood trauma, and at the same time I was awoken to the realities of our occupied nation, illegally occupied nation, and the historical trauma that every Hawaiian Kingdom subject experiences. So
whether they recognize that or not,
you're living it.
yeah.
That was a deep waters that I had to navigate for a while, and mahalo KAʻOHU. No, but that KAʻOHU really helped me navigate and get through. But you know, it was kind of valley of the darkness for a while there. And at the other side of that mountain, other side of that ocean, I found music. I found poetry. I found a way to not only share the stories of my kingdom and my people, but also to share my own story. And from that birth, Tales from Captivity, my book of poetry I've been working on for a few years now. And not only do you get to visually experience my poetry, but you'll also be able to hear my poetry, audiobooks / some music videos. That is the goal. But my queen wrote some very significant mele during her imprisonment, during her times of captivity. One of the more significant pieces that she wrote that we truly honor and love and perceive as a beautiful prayer is the Queen's Prayer. Your loving mercy is as high as the heavens, and your truth so perfect. I live in sorrow, imprisoned. You are my light, your glory my support. Behold not with malevolence the sins of man, but forgive and cleanse, O Lord. And so, O Lord, protect us beneath your wings now and forevermore. Amen. If that is not telling of my queen's heart, I don't know what else could convince you. I read a letter actually at IHILANI Palace during my time as the education manager there. I read a letter written from King Kalakaua to his sister Queen Liliʻuokalani, or at the time Princess Liliʻuokalani. And in it, he is truly commending her, that he recognizes her heart as a Christian woman, and he admits that he doesn't share the same faith and sentiments, but he really does respect her for her dedication to KAʻOHU, to Yesu, and we stand.
Yeah.
So, like I mentioned before, Tales from Captivity is the title of my project I've been working on, and here's the clip.
Sweet.
Hope you look at the mountain like I do. Water wells providing life and wealth. I hope you hug a clean shore when you return to land. Embrace the warmth of the sun on the sand. No longer standing sidelines, gotta jump in, it's time. Fighting side by side beyond the sunrise. No more paving, it's time. Hawaii to the Liliʻulani. Escaping their greed, stand up now, it's a need. My poor Aina, calling all Kanaka. Koko ona ohiwi, our precious home.
Coming out of her, what she was sharing earlier, Tales from Captivity. One of the lines in that poem was, they convinced us it's annexation when really it's occupation.
Woo! Yes. So, according to international laws and the laws between nations of the time, the annexation of Hawaii should have never happened because it is a completely illegal act. Queen Liliʻuokalani wrote a letter of protest. James Blount, who after his investigation established that yes, this whole takeover, overthrow, coup d'etat was totally illegal. He promised, President Grover Cleveland promised Queen Liliʻuokalani full restoration, but unfortunately he was never able to fulfill his promise during his term, and the next US president, President McKinley, was an expansionist who was pro-annexation, and he was willing to support the kidnap of our kingdom under the guise of annexation and statehood. We believed it so much that our own parents struggle as Hawaiians to see,
And being Hawaiian, that is a thing.
yes, that our kupuna who lived during that time were the true Aloha Aina, the original OG Aloha Aina, who signed the letter of protest along with Queen Liliʻuokalani, who stated, "I'd rather eat stones than sign your document of annexation." And we pick up that honorable struggle in our day-to-day lives, and we share our history through Mele by sharing our queen story and the story of our people,
Yes.
and sharing it with our little ones.
And that's why we mahalo you guys for, just tuning in, watching, supporting us. Even with our music, we thank you so much just for being encouraging in that. And
we hope you recognize that, we're not in this for
ourselves.
So
Yeah.
far from that. It truly is because we want to just share life, pono, and aloha.
Mahalo nui.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned till next LiLiKOi session.
First Fridays.
First Friday.
We'll catch you then.
Woo!
Ahui ho.
Kia pupu.
Ching.